Hey love, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share some of the expensive looking items that I found at Ikea. So if you're looking to spruce up your place, keep watching. Back in 2020, circle mirrors were all the rage, but now everybody's leaning towards arch mirrors or even oval mirror shapes. I'm loving the mirrors that have a little curve to them, especially if they have lighting like this mirror that I found in Ikea. And I love how they created a little moment with this desk. Okay, now pay attention. They used a lax shelf and then they put a shallow depth cabinet or bookcase on top and below, and it created such a little space. So unique. That's why I like IKEA, because the creativity is unmatched. I think this is the perfect little get ready with me moment for a teenager or for anyone living in a small space. IKEA was not playing with the color this year. They have some of the most vibrant colors in the outdoor space, from trays to, I think these are beach towels. There's just an explosion of color, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm here for it because I like pink. However, I think that this display that they have is kind of overdoing it. And if I was to design with these items, it definitely wouldn't be this colorful. Not for me. I like this style, but again, it's just a little bit too much for me. So what styles would I like to see this in? Something a little bit more neutral. I found some pictures on their website, and I think this looks a lot better. There's a lot more variation in elements because you have greenery, you have wood tones, dark tones, light tones, and then you have that pop of color, and you have stripes, which gives you like some pattern. But basically, I just want you to see that they do have some color at IKEA, and you could either go all in and do super, super colorful, or you can marry it with more neutral tones. Now, IKEA always has an experimental design line that comes out, and this one is called the IKEA PS collection. PS stands for postscriptum or postscript. Basically, IKEA is trying to be a little extra and create a collection that's beyond the IKEA standards, because IKEA can be pretty boxy and kind of plain. So this is a launch, and it's one of the favorites because it pushes the Scandinavian design, and it also has like that multi-functional use, which most people need if you're in a small space. But I like some of the items, and some of the items kind of look a little cheap to me. All right, for an example, I like these lamps, but they do seem like they would get a little underwhelming quite quick. Now, this cabinet is definitely a keeper. I don't love the wood tone, but I think if you stain that in a darker color, it would definitely be timeless because it has so much texture. This chair is another one. I feel like if they would have had more of a neutral tone metal, like either silver or a brush gold, it would look a lot more expensive. All right, now let me show you what I'm talking about. If you take away these buttons and add just a little metal like a chrome ball and then change the base to chrome, look how much more expensive this chair can look. And again, it's not just a chair, it's a bed. But yes, these multifunctional pieces that IKEA dropped are all the rage, especially this green chair. People are losing their minds over it. I am not really a fan, but I do like that they are kind of pushing the envelope and doing some unique things and bringing some pieces that look like they would cost a lot of money if it wasn't in IKEA's showroom floor. And I really do like this side table. It is collapsible and the color is just really nice. So let me know what you think about this postscript collection from IKEA. Let's talk about some of the lighting that I like. I love this little lamp. I love the texture. It's giving the Flintstone vibes. It has a cute little silver ball at the top, and this would be perfect on a nightstand. They also have this really cool lamp that is multifunctional. I think I like this lamp because it has more of a industrial type of look. Like, okay, that little middle part with those two dials, that looks expensive. That looks like they need to be in CB2. Yeah. And I'm just such a fan of metals in a space. It just adds more character. And I like this lamp too, but it definitely gives a Pixar movie. Every time I see it, I think about a Pixar movie. Has that nice chrome look and it's timeless. And if you are more of an Art Deco girly, you need this lamp here. It is just fun. Now, the next light is this little donut light that everybody has been going crazy about because it is such a mood and a vibe. I even seen a TikTok shop dupe on that lamp. I'm not a fan of the paper lamps, but if you are decorating on a budget, definitely a good option. But if you want to get something long term, I wouldn't recommend it. And again, they are doing their big one. I love when a piece has wood and stone, even if it's not real. It is giving a lot of elements that can work with different designs, and I love it. Now, when you rent, you always get a boob light, so I always try to source some good ceiling light, and these are the only two that I think I like. I'm not a fan of the fans, but these two ceiling lights, I think I could work with these. Yeah, yeah. I actually like this one too, but it has more of an Art Deco vibe, and I'm not really a fan of purple, but I don't know, something about it makes me like it a little bit. So I didn't see a whole lot of lighting that piqued my interest, but I did find a clock that I thought was so cute. I mean, it's super simple, but like it's perfect. All right, moving on to the side tables and coffee tables that look expensive. I love this one right here. Only thing I would say is make sure that your sofa isn't too tall for it, but having furniture that has like multiple shapes, and I know people were like not checking for glass coffee tables, but that one looks expensive. I also like this darker collection. I think it has a really nice Art Deco kind of vibe and looks a little modern. I love the smoke glass. You just don't see it all the time. They also have like some faux marble. I don't know how I feel about that. I think the faux marble is kind of, it looks a little cheap, but I do like that smoked out glass. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, this side table from IKEA is so popular, very unique because it can be used as a side table, or you can purchase multiple and you can put them behind your sofa, or you can wrap your sofa in like a L shape. It is just so versatile. And I also like this shelf because look at the way that it's crafted. Again, it gives expensive. It's not basic. I really wouldn't pair them together like they're showing them in IKEA. I, again, try not to do too much IKEA because it starts to look cheap, but knowing how to pick up certain pieces and marry it with different things gives you that expensive look. For instance, this cabinet, both the rattan and this Stockholm cabinet give expensive. I like the Stockholm cabinet because it doesn't have a lot of knots, which doesn't look that rustic, and that type of wood looks more expensive to me. Now, I love IKEA for their bookcases because you need storage, especially if you are in a small space. But for some reason, whoever's decorating is going like ham, like overload. But I do want to show you these TV stands that I thought were really nice. I purchased my first TV stand back in 2019 from Amazon. And although it was cute, it was really small and I really couldn't store a whole lot. But these TV stands or TV units from IKEA are really nice in size and they have a lot of nice details. So I really love this one because this is my favorite colored wood. Um, I'm not really a fan of this Stockholm. I think the yellow undertones in the wood kind of make it look a little cheap. I like the construction of it, like the actual piece, but it's just too yellow. And then the TV stand at the top, I love the texture, but again, I'm not in love with the color of the piece. But if you are looking for something in this color, give it a try. I do like the side of the piece at the top. It looks very expensive. And you know what else? I actually find myself looking at this ton stand. I don't know if I said that right, but I really like this cabinet. It looks expensive. It reminds me of something from Restoration Hardware. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. If I was to try to do Restoration Hardware, I think this would be a great dupe. Tonstad. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, if you are looking to do like that little RH look on a budget, try that piece out there. And just a quick reminder, these are all of the colors that IKEA offers in their wood tone selections. And that's really what design is all about, knowing how to marry different wood tones and having a design direction so that things don't look all out of place. Now, this is random, but I went past the PAX wardrobe system area and they have a little end piece now, so you don't just have to look at the side of the PAX system. You can actually add a little design. Love this. Now, let's talk about the accent chair because I really only saw one. I like this one. I like the shape of it because it gives organic modern, but I think boucle is starting to be overdone. So although I like it, I wouldn't buy it. I would love to see the scale be a little bit bigger and a different material. One thing I'm really good at is being able to tell what makes something look cheap. And I love this vanity, but I know that it would look so much more expensive if it was a wood tone. And I want to prove that to you. Now, although I am not in the market for any plates, I walked past the kitchen department and this little plate slash tray caught my eye. It could definitely be used as decor because silver and chrome are definitely making a comeback. And I also like these plates as well. They kind of give you like that expensive restaurant dining experience. I may have to come back for these. Now, the last thing that I saw that looked expensive were a few of their outdoor pieces. I really like this wood divider. I think this is perfect if you are a renter. And I really love these chairs. You see a lot of them in the South Florida area and high-end restaurants and whatnot. And they were on sale for 70 bucks. Not to mention, I love this little setup that they have. It just looks expensive. If I wasn't at IKEA, I would not think that it was IKEA furniture. Wait, let's go back. Look at the greenery on the wall. I really like how they kind of tore it diagonally and then they have the lighting there. That's kind of cute. What do you think? Oh, and these pots are new this year also. They kind of give like a bit of a modern organic vibe. They are plastic, but I just thought that I liked the little brim at the top, the roundness of it. So yeah, that's what I saw at IKEA, and that's a few things that I would purchase that make any space look high end on a budget.